Welcome to Tales of Honor, a podcast with a mission to tell the true stories of every recipient of our nation's highest military award, the Medal of Honor. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Tales of Honor podcast. This is July 4th, so happy birthday, America. Happy Independence Day to all of you out there. Man, I know here it's a beautiful day. We might have a thunderstorm scattered in here, but it's a great day to celebrate the birthday of our independence as a nation. And I have a couple things to go over here before we get into today's Tale of Honor. So this is, like I said, the first episode of the month, which is going to start a new campaign, which will be the Vietnam War. This will be all of July and all of August, and after that we'll head back over to Europe and we'll do World War II. So I have one birthday to go over today, and I have one announcement to go over. So let's do the birthday. It was yesterday, July 3rd, 1934. Robert Modrzejewski. He turned 87 years old yesterday. He is a former Marine Corps colonel that received the Medal of Honor for his actions during the Vietnam War. I did cover his story back on episode number 204, so you can go check that out. There's a link in the show notes for his story. You can go check that out. So a very happy birthday to Robert. I'm not saying your last name again because I got it right once, and lightning doesn't strike twice. So while we're also talking about the show notes, this episode and all of the episodes for the month of July are going to be brought to you by a new sponsor. Now, I promise that I'm not going to do sponsor reads every single episode. Some of these episodes are too short to allow a read every single time without cluttering up the whole thing. So the agreement I reached with the sponsor for this month's podcasts is to do one read at the beginning of each month, and there will be a link in the show notes to check them out. This month's podcast is brought to you by Motor City Munitions. Now, when you think about all the stories that we go over as part of this podcast, they all take place in conflicts throughout the entire world where governments may have overstepped their bounds just a little teensy bit on their own citizens and the citizens of other countries, which is where we usually step in and say, hey, we're going to help you out. Now, when our founding fathers were constructing the document which we now know as the Declaration of Independence, they knew the importance of what can happen when a tyrannical government decides to overstep their bounds. It was really the entire purpose of why we exist today. This is also why the Second Amendment, when they were breaking down these individual amendments, this is exactly why this was penned, to keep us safe from our government. Jeff over at Motor City Munitions understands the importance of the Second Amendment, which is why he offers a variety of tools and supplies that will allow you to be prepared not only for target practice or hunting season, but for personal protection as well. Head on over to MotorCityMunitions.com for more information and to see a wide selection of firearms, optics, suppressors, and even archery supplies. All of your firearm-related needs with service so fast, it can only come from the Motor City. So a very big thank you over to Jeff at Motor City Munitions. Please go check him out. There will be a promo code coming. I don't have it as of today, but I will have it. It will be released. And over on the website, there is a sponsors section that will also have the promo code listed there once Jeff and I do pin that down. So he will be offering a 5% off of all of your online orders. And I did just receive a box of 22 long rifle target rounds for my daughter and I from Jeff. And when he says service so fast, I mean it. It was boxed up and prepared for shipping the same day that I ordered it, and I had it 2 days later via UPS. So a very big thank you over to Jeff, and I look forward to this continuing relationship and keeping this podcast going and supporting the Second Amendment. Alrighty, that is all I have for today. Once again, happy Independence Day, everybody. Happy birthday, America. This is the greatest country on earth. I still believe that to my core. And I hope that every single one of us does the best we can to be better than we were the day before and to continue to make this place the greatest place on earth. So with all of that being said, let's move right on into today's episode, number 425. James was born on the 22nd of January, 1947, in Los Angeles, California, and after he graduated from high school, he attended Los Angeles Harbor Junior College. Halfway through his second year at college, James left in order to enlist in the U.S. Marine Corps and went through recruit training in San Diego, California. 6 months later, he graduated and was promoted to private first class and continued training at Camp Pendleton. James was only in the Marines for 10 months when he deployed to the Republic of Vietnam, and it was his actions 1 month after his 20th birthday that would earn him the Medal of Honor. The citation reads, "For conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of his life above and beyond the call of duty, Company F was advancing in dense jungle northwest of Cam Lo in an effort to extract a heavily besieged reconnaissance patrol. PFC Anderson's platoon was the lead element and had advanced only about 200 meters when they were brought under extremely intense enemy small arms and automatic weapons fire. The platoon reacted swiftly, getting online as best they could in the thick terrain, and began returning fire. PFC Anderson found himself tightly bunched together with the other members of the platoon, only 20 meters from the enemy positions. As the firefight continued, several of the men were wounded by the deadly enemy assault. Suddenly, an enemy grenade landed in the midst of the Marines and rolled alongside PFC Anderson's head. Unhesitatingly and with complete disregard for his personal safety, he reached out, grasped the grenade, pulled it into his chest, and curled around it as it went off. Although several Marines received shrapnel from the grenade, his body absorbed the major force of the explosion. In this singularly heroic act, PFC Anderson saved his comrades from serious injury and possible death. His personal heroism, extraordinary valor, and inspirational supreme self-sacrifice reflected great credit upon himself and the Marine Corps and upheld the highest traditions of the U.S. Naval Service. He gallantly gave his life for his country. James had only been in the Marine Corps for 1 year and 11 days when he performed these actions, and when the Medal of Honor was presented to his parents by the Secretary of the Navy on the 21st of August, 1968, it was the first time a black Marine had ever been awarded the Medal of Honor. The USNS PFC James Anderson Jr., the James Anderson Jr. Memorial Park in Carson, California, and Anderson Avenue in Compton, California are all named in his honor. James Anderson Jr. is buried with his mother, Aggie Thien, in the Lincoln Memorial Park in Carson, California, Plot L6. His name also appears on the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall, panel 15E, row 112. And that was a tale of honor. Thank you for listening to Tales of Honor, and if you enjoyed the show, please be sure to subscribe and tell your friends and family. Tales of Honor is written and produced by Christoph Ambrosch, and theme music is Loyalty and Duty by Floruz Music. If you have any questions, you can send an email to talesofhonorpodcast@gmail.com, and please be sure to visit talesofhonorpodcast.com for more episodes and information.